Hey everybody, welcome to Rumble and Breaks. It's race weekend, and today we are in Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is the penultimate race. Next race will actually be in Abu Dhabi. But wow, what a weekend for a race. This was incredible. Everything that could have happened, like the unexpected, happened. I mean, we'll just jump right into it. I mean, this race weekend was fantastic.
Well, first up, sprint races weekends.
Yeah.
I personally like sprint race weekends. I think there's a little more excitement, a little more drama, less practice. But I know some people have the opinion that sprints aren't as good. So if you think sprints are great, let us know. If you think sprints aren't so great, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a really good weekend for let's say if you're in F1 fantasy. It's good because you get more bonus. You get bonus points if you have your Mega Driver. You haven't played your Mega Driver yet. This was the weekend to actually do it. You get more points than normal. Let's go with FP1. I mean, that's a problem with sprint weekends is that you only have one practice sessions before qualifying.
One practice to qualifying. Rain was coming. We knew rain was going to come for qualifying, and chaos ensues as it always does with rain.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't actually get to watch the qualifying. I mean, I think you found out the results, but like, how did this person actually get first place? And I think
we did get to watch it. We were just late watching.
Yeah, but you guessed it right. I mean, you're like you said, there's probably a red flag, that took place. But congrats to K-Mag for
his first pole of his F1 career, and his first pole I want to say since like 2012, I think.
13, I think, yeah, 2013.
It was when he was in what is now F3, but it was called something else then.
Yeah. I mean, and Gunther Steiner. I mean, he was
they were ecstatic.
Everyone was ecstatic.
And came on Gene. He got to have pole on the Saturday for the sprint.
Yeah, Gene Haas's birthday.
70th birthday.
Yeah, and then you see all the drivers actually really happy for him. Despite some people were saying, it was because it was rained out that that's the reason why Haas.
No, listen, it was not luck. It was they called it right tire choice. Got up the front, like for once being down at the end of the pit lane was to their benefit. They got out first. They went out. They took the risk. They went out on slicks, and the rain was coming. And he went fast. Like he pushed hard, and a lot of the other guys didn't push hard. So I mean, it was a well-earned, well-deserved pole position.
Oh yeah, fantastic. And then we got to we saw in practice too. You saw the rookie drivers getting some of the lap times in. You saw Logan Sargent actually getting some laps in order to actually build his credit.
Oh yeah, you mean in FP2 on Saturday?
FP2 on Saturday. Yeah. Oh no, FP2 on Saturday. And then sprint weekend. This was the sprint race was fantastic. Unfortunately for K-Mag, I mean he just kept falling back and back and back.
Listen, we knew he was going to get taken out in the sprints. So I mean, he still was. Listen, he was still in the points. They got some good points, so they're ahead of AlphaTauri now in the championship, which is I think 2 points ahead, which is what they wanted. But unfortunately, comes Sunday. So sprint race, we saw. George win that. George Russell won the sprint.
His first ever win.
In
Formula One. His first ever win.
And then we saw Sainz was number 2.
Yeah.
And Hamilton was number 3. So I mean that was setting up Sunday because Sainz had a penalty. That meant it was a Mercedes 1-2 front of the grid for starting on Sunday, and so
Red Bull as a right in the back, and next
Red
to
Bull
him
was right behind them, and then Ferrari was down the field. So K-Mag was starting. I think he was. I want to say he was 7th or 8th.
I think he was 8th. He was behind Sainz because it was Leclerc and then Norris and then Sainz and then K-Mag.
Yeah.
So K-Mag starts the race, and unfortunate for him, he got taken out by this man.
The Honey Badger himself.
He kind of Honey Badger nicked him. Guy Smiley himself nicked him, and like K-Mag spins around and takes Guy Smiley himself out.
No, unfortunately, Ricardo hit the back of him.
Yeah.
K-Mag was spinning, and Ricardo couldn't get out of the way and drove into him. So
he just slowed. I don't know. It looked like he just slowed down, but
K-Mag. Didn't
so unfortunately, he didn't. He didn't finish. Unfortunately, but the people that did, smooth operator, Carlos Sainz. It's weird. You see him on the podium, and he doesn't look like he's just in it. Like he's just, like even the last 2 races.
It was a tough race. Second place,
Lewis Hamilton, in first place. You can't congratulate this guy more. Well deserving. Led the race almost the entire time. Yep. George Russell, Mr. Saturday, and now officially Mr. Sunday.
Yep, first maiden victory in F1. Should have come 2 years earlier when he subbed in for Hamilton and was leading the race all the way, and they had that tire mess up, the catastrophe in 2020. But yep, he's finally earned and well earned at that his podium victory. So
it was interesting too, because like while we'll talk, we'll open some facts. It was interesting too, because while you know, he was asking, you know, what should he do, because you know he knows that Lewis Hamilton was looking for his first win this season, and you know keeping the streak of his win. He's won in the last however many seasons of victory. He's always had a victory. So listen, I think Hamilton knew Russell was going to get this one. I actually think it was pretty classy, and he let him go. And I think Russell was ready to ask, "Are we racing or not?" But you know, and
he won it. He earned it, and Hamilton was really happy for
I think Hamilton said, "Yeah, you know what? This guy absolutely deserved every minute of it." Theo Pourchaire, that's not bad. Hopefully, he has a good race next week. Sealed second. Lewis Hamilton, the hero himself. He's definitely a true hero. But yeah, I mean, the other ongoings that were happening were well, first of all, this guy here, you know, given team orders to let Alonzo pass him.
Which he did.
Which it was fair.
It was fine. They had a bad Saturday. They came together on Saturday in a crash, and they got the points on Sunday. I think that part of the Constructor Championship is done. I don't think McLaren's coming back for this one. So.
Yeah, I mean, McLaren, both of them got taken out today. Yeah, like Norris was actually out too.
Norris took himself out, and then his car eventually died.
And then the story of the day was this guy. You know, he first of all in the sprint weekend, he was asking, hey, look, you know, I need points. Let me get ahead so that I can beat Charles Leclerc in the point standings. You know, was denied that during the sprint, and then you know he was asked to let Verstappen pass because you know I guess Verstappen had fresher tires.
He wasn't asked to let him pass.
At the end?
No, he was not asked to let him pass. Unfortunately, Perez had mediums on. He got caught out. Everybody else had softs. So Verstappen was coming out strong. So Verstappen legitimately, I mean, Perez wasn't fighting him, but he legitimately passed. But then Verstappen was told to let him back through
if he couldn't do it.
If he couldn't pass Alonso, which he couldn't.
Yeah.
And he did not.
Yeah,
and
Verstappen was just being a big little baby there, saying, "Oh, you know, he could actually pass on his own if he really wanted to." Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I like
Pierre Gasly almost had another penalty point for speeding. That was interesting. The speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets a penalty. Gasly does not. I think because they think that Gasly was trying to serve his his race ban in the Abu Dhabi so that it resets for next year.
Absolutely. I think by doing that, he would have let Nick DeVries. I think the plan was actually to let Nick DeVries drive in the
maybe
in Formula One next week in Abu Dhabi to get his bearings in. Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah, it was a weird one for this one. They were supposed to let the cars pass and nothing happened.
Oh, you mean on the safety car?
The safety car.
Once again, chaos like in Abu Dhabi at the end of last season.
Nobody knew what's going on.
Yuki was stuck where he shouldn't have been. Was supposed to let pass it. Well, the Tiffy did get passed.
Hey, look, we got K-Mag.
Nice.
Hey, that's pretty nice. That's a nice looking car. He is an idol now. Rock star. We're freaking rock stars, as Gunther would say.
Yeah, he would say a different word
Yeah, freaking rock stars. And you guys get the drift. Oh, and missing from action is this man this week.
Yeah, Toto was probably upset not to be there in person.
I think this is like the first. Like it's been Mercedes 1-2. I mean, this was the first 1-2 of the season for him.
Yeah.
And you know, Mazepin actually, I think from what I read, he's got a new career doing something like event planning or something like that. And Mick, that's his rookie.
Nice. We'll see. Mick's still looking for a seat.
George Russell. There you go, Mr. Saturday. This is a fitting card. Yeah. Not his real rookie, but who's this guy? David Beckman, huh? He's okay. He was doing okay last at the end of the season. Lewis Hamilton, Great Britain winner. Yeah, he's an honorary Brazilian now. I think is what they were saying. They were making
him a Brazilian citizen.
They're making him a Brazilian citizen. Yeah, like this. If you were to watch getting into F1, this was definitely the weekend to do it. Smooth operator, Lewis Hamilton doing his shoey. Yeah, it was definitely the weekend to watch it because there was so much drama. Robert Schwartzman.
Eh,
There you go. Yeah, this is a George Russell weekend.
Williams,
There's
yeah.
his Williams car. Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, he got robbed right at the end. He should have finished in the points. He had such a good race, and then right at the end, Stroll passed him. But I don't know how much of that was team orders. We just didn't hear the radio.
Another Russell. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Verstappen radio was just absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't know. I'm honestly really disappointed because
Oh,
you definitely do it
wasn't
for
gonna
the
let
team.
Perez,
Yeah. It was. I think it upset a lot of people. Checo's definitely done a lot for Verstappen, letting him
Yeah.
pass and everything. Liam Lawson. It's just a little bit of a payback. So I think Verstappen's saying that maybe next week he'll if he needs it he'll help him out.
Should have given him the points this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, so right now, for second, it's definitely tied. It's tied for second with Leclerc and Perez. So, hey, there you go. Oscar Piastri, my personal favorite. Well, I'm looking forward to next season when you see him. And Lewis Hamilton. Look at that. Big smile. I personally think next week is the redemption weekend, where he's gonna get his redemption to win his first race in Abu Dhabi for the season.
Who knows what's going to happen? Latifi's going to spin out in his last career race too, and it'll negatively impact Verstappen. Is that what we're saying?
maybe that's it. It's he's got to redeem himself. Binotto.
I didn't see Binotto this weekend either. I
The hair
didn't think he
himself.
was there either.
Yeah, I think it feels like the only person that was there was really Horner.
Well, I mean, I think all the other team principals were there. I just didn't see Binotto or Wolf.
Norris, he wasn't feeling too well. This
Food poisoning.
food poisoning. And another Norris checkered flag, which he didn't get. Mariam Sato, he's having an okay season, and Verstappen lost
Mr.
all
Not
respect.
a team player.
Yeah, it gives a new meaning to going Dutch. It's he's like everyone's got to pay their own way. And Liam Lawson. And let's open this last pack. This is the 2020. If you got a chance to check out the Toronto show over the weekend, there was a lot of F1 memorabilia. So Seb Vettel. It's a nice looking car. Dan Ticktum, a car card again. Ooh, that's an interesting.
Upside down.
It's upside down. James Ellison, and this is a car. Lando Norris refractor. It's all upside down. That's not too bad. It's a rookie card of Lando Norris's. So that's neat. Well, let us know what you think. Did you enjoy the sprint weekend? What was your personal favorite moments? And, are you looking forward to Abu Dhabi? Have a great week.